Hey everybody, today we're diving with the DJI Osmo 5, both in housing and without the housing. This camera is just released and it has a lot of really cool features for divers and for people going underwater. In this video, we're going to be comparing it to the cameras I have down here. This is the GoPro Hero 13. This is the Insta360 GO 3 and this is the Insta360 X4. In my opinion, on the market currently the best underwater cameras, and we're going to be comparing it with the DJI Osmo to see if it can beat that. Now what this has without the casing is actually depth measurement. So this one will measure your depth as you go down. It's waterproof down to 20 meters without the housing or 40 meters with the housing. So this one, like any open water diver, can actually use this one straight out of the package. You can just take this one, dive down to 20 meters. That's for all open waters, which max limit is 18 meters. That's so cool. It has a bunch of other things in it. It measures your G-force, not that you need it for diving, but I can see a lot of other people using that on land. But in this video, what we're going to be focusing on is how this one works underwater. Let's dive in and take a look at the footage that we captured today on the dives. Hey, in case you haven't noticed here at Divein, we're testing a lot of dive gear, and afterwards we can't dive with all of it. So we're going to be giving some of it away, be it underwater cameras, some of the underwater scooters behind us, the fins, the regulators, whatever we've been testing here at Divein. We would love to use it ourselves always because we love dive gear, well, as much as you do, but we can't dive with it all. And you know, dive gear deserves to be dived with. So we're giving it away to you. In this video, at some point, I'll let you know how you can get your hands on some of the cool dive gear that we've been testing here at Divein. So make sure you watch the whole video. Now we're back after the dive with the Osmo Action 5 Pro, and let's take a look at some of the footage that we took out of it. Now, for the diving parts of it, what you can see here is this whole really green video of how it actually looks. This is unedited, no filters on it. But for all of these cameras that we've been testing, they have these underwater filters that we can put in. So what you can see here, if we want to add this in, it's basically this green footage that's throughout the video. We can remove some of this. And that's really nice, but that's something that all of these cameras have, kind of like an underwater shooting mode. For the Osmo Action 5, we also have the option of doing that before we go into the water. So let me show you here again. So it's like a diving version of it instead of the standard video. So the footage you just saw before, that was shot on standard video, and then some of the other things we're going to be showing you in this video is shot in the diving modes as well. For diving, we can put the depth on the screen. You can put it on, you can remove it. You can do that straight here in the app. If you can see it, it pops up here at the bottom of it. This did measure depth throughout the dive, but at some points in these dives, we actually had some times where it would drop off, going from 5 meters down to 0.2 meters, which kind of means that it's tracking, but it's not doing the best of a job. Since it's just a nice data to have on, I don't see it as the biggest problem. It's better than all the others because they're not showing the depth. It would be nice if it's working constantly, but it's not currently. They might be coming out with an update at some point from Osmo. In this video, we did compare it to some of the cameras you see here. As you can see here, we put the video up for all the different cameras, and all of them is shot with this underwater mode or acquisition mode for the Instas and diving mode for the Osmo 5. And this really helps blurring out this greenness and giving it a warmer blue color. I'm personally not a person that will do too much editing of my videos afterwards. I like to shoot videos and have them straight up. I don't do that much post-editing of my videos, and therefore I like that these cameras are shooting straight away a really nice video, and then you can add a filter on it that will do most of the work for me, making it nice and blue and sharp. There is, of course, a downside to it. If there's a lot of light changes in the video, that might do an issue with these filters. I do think the Osmo did it quite well. Which of the footage here that you like the best, you can kind of be the judge of it. You can see which camera shot which footage. You can kind of go through this. I shot a bunch of video of my buddy as well to kind of get this contrast comparison of the colors from the dive gear that you can take a look at as well. We also did a shake test to see how the stabilization works on these cameras. That's where the action cameras and using them underwater is really nice because you don't get a really shaky video compared to some of the more simpler underwater cameras that is more made for photos, and then when you film with them, they don't have that same stabilization as the action cameras do. So I really think that's where the Osmo is doing a great job, and the other ones as well. Now let's talk about how this works as a camera as well. So as I mentioned, waterproof down to 20 meters, which means you can take it diving on most of your divings, all of your snorkeling experiences, and if you want it deeper, you put it in the housing. Down here, you attach your selfie stick if you want that, or this one is actually magnetic, so you can attach it to any metal piece. That's really good for shooting. You put it on the edge of something, setting up your gear or any other things. You can just attach that one straight away. There's two large screens, so one screen here on the back, which is a touch screen, easy to adjust, and you can change the settings of it. You can put voice commands in and it will react quite well with. There's a built-in memory on this one, so 50 gigabyte of built-in memory for your shots, and then you can put an external SD card on it as well. So you can capture how many videos and photos depending on how big an SD card you want to put in it. And then on the other side here, we have another screen. You tap out here, switch the screen, and then we have a touch screen here as well, which means you can change this from the front as well. That doesn't really work that well underwater because touch screens don't work underwater, but this screen out here will flip from front to back camera, or it will change the settings from diving mode to photo mode to video mode to slow-mo and so on. I think this is a solid underwater camera because you don't need that housing and you can still go down to 20 meters. I love that they put in a depth sensor to actually help us track the depth and put that on the footage. There's still some slightly hiccups on that, but I'm sure they'll figure that out with an update. If not, you can choose not to put it on that part of the video if it's not showing, but you can still actually show the depth if you want to show this to family and friends. It seems rocket. Battery time is what DJI is saying, more than 4 hours. We didn't do an actual battery test, but we did keep this one running in the pool the other day when we were testing underwater scooters, and it came back after, I think it was filming for 1.5 hours and still had battery left. So it's definitely really good battery. And compared to, I think the Instas are doing 90 minutes of filming and then they're running out. So this one is definitely better in terms of battery life. All right, now we're at that cool place in the video where you get the chance to win some of the dive gear that we've been testing here at Divein. What you have to do is, of course, like this video and subscribe to the channel because, well, hey, you're here because you love the videos, right? Then you have to follow the first link in the description that goes to our newsletter and sign up for that one because that's how you'll know if you're the winner. And then to win this one in this video, drop a comment down below of which of these underwater cameras you would be diving with the most. Would it be the Osmo 5? Would it be the Go 3, the Hero 13, or one of the other GoPros, or a 360 from Insta? Or is it any other underwater cameras that you've been diving with that you would actually prefer? Let us know down in the comments and you are part of the giveaways, so you have a chance to get some of our cool dive gear. This was the Osmo 5 review. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'd love to answer any questions you have to this or any of the underwater cameras we've been testing here at Divein.